Hello, I am Devin Lambert, and I am the new music teacher here at South Shore. This is my first year teaching in a public school. I come from Columbus, Ohio, and I graduated from the University of Cincinnati in music education just last year. So I'm very excited, and I'm loving Seattle so far and all the kids that I get to work with here at South Shore. A couple of my main instruments are piano and also voice and percussion, but I get to work with grades kindergarten through 8th here at South Shore. So some things that I've done with them so far are keyboard work, we've done some drumming, some hand drumming, we've played recorder in several grades. We have done some band stuff like clarinet playing. One thing that I love about teaching at South Shore is that I can be with kindergartners for 30 or 40 minutes, and we can be just singing and dancing and marching around a circle, and I can play guitar, teach them a song, and it's all just light and fun and singing, and they haven't even picked up an instrument yet. And then 10 or 15 minutes later after that class, I can be doing band with 6th graders, and we'll have different instruments in the hands of a whole class of 15 to 20 students. And in all of the age groups that I teach, one of the major things that I try to get across, regardless of if it's kindergarten, 1st grade, doesn't matter, any grade level, is I want to teach them how to be independent practicers or independent learners. So the way that I try to get them to do this is I teach them how to chunk pieces of music. So what I mean by that is that they will have a piece of music that they're working on, whether it's for recorder, clarinet, any type of instrument, or it could just be a song that they're trying to learn the words to, with a lot of words. And I want them, instead of going home and trying to do the whole thing from top to bottom, and then maybe they make a mistake and they start back at the top again, and they miss the same word that they did the last time, or the same note. I encourage them to learn how to take small chunks of that music. So it might just be the first 10 words, or it might just be the first 2 or 3 notes of a scale or a song. And I want them to practice that first, and when they've perfected that, they move to the next chunk of music. So it might be the second line if it's a long piece. It might just be the second verse if it's a kindergarten class that's learning a long song. And once they've done that, they can put those 2 chunks together. And now they know the first 2 lines, or now they know the first 2 verses. So if I was teaching my 5th graders how to play a C major scale on the piano in class, and they got this far, and then they hit a wrong note, and then they started back over from the beginning and they said, hit the same wrong note again, but they kept going. And they think, where did that go wrong? Was it the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th note that I played? I'm not sure. So my strategy for this, or the best thing that I think that this student should do, is they should say, okay, so I know that I missed the 4th note that I played. So probably I should not play any farther than that until I can figure out which finger was wrong. Was it a sharp or a flat that I should have played? So if they're practicing by themselves, they should form a chunk, which is going to be just the first 4 notes of that scale, which should sound like. And they look down and they see, okay, so I played an F sharp before when I meant to play an F. So that time that was great. So let's see if I can do that 3 times in a row before I go any farther or any faster. That's 1, whoops, I played F sharp again. So let's start over. I still owe myself 3 times. 1, 2, and that's 3. So now I can go further. I'm going to go as far as I can in the scale before I miss another note. So I'm going to start over, and I'm going to go. Now I got to my 6th note, and I played something that sounded a little bit nasty. And I might remember in class that Mr. Lambert says there was no sharps or flats in the C major scale. So maybe that has something to do with why I missed that 6th note. So let's go back and look and see. Yep, so if I play up to there, see that I added a flat that does not belong. So let me try that 3 times and see if I can succeed. Call that once. Call that twice. Now that's 3 times that I did that successful. So I'm not going to try to do it any faster this time than that. But I am going to try to do both of those chunks together before I try to do the whole scale. So, okay, I was successful. So now let me try the scale at that same speed and no faster. And now I was successful at playing that C major scale. I didn't miss any notes. My tempo was perfect. Everything I wanted to be was perfectly in place. And my next step now might be to try that faster if I wanted to, but only until I'm comfortable with playing everything from top to bottom with no mistakes am I going to increase the tempo. So I always encourage, regardless of if it's drumming, so if I was reading a piece of music for the drum, and let's see, maybe the rhythms were 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, 1 and a 2, 3, and 4. If I send somebody home with that rhythm to practice, and they play 2 beats, 1, 2, and a 3, and then they forget, they're like, oh, what comes next? They wouldn't want to then start on beat 3 and finish it out. They would want to play just those first 2 chunks until they got 1, 2, and a 3, and 4. They said, oh, I'm really comfortable with that. Let me try it again. 1, 2, and a 3, and 4. Then once that was perfect, they would move to the second measure, which is 1 and a 2, 3, and 4. And they would loop that until it was perfect, and then they would put them both together, and everything would be excellent and in place, and they would be ready to try to do that faster. So I'm very excited to see how all of my students grow throughout this year. I've already seen in all of the grade levels a very, very massive jump in the level of musical literacy that my students have. I have students in the 1st and the 2nd grade when I came in that were seeing music for the very first time, up on the whiteboard, counting rhythms, whether it's T and Ta or using number system. They were doing that for the very first time, and I'm seeing kids in grades as low as the 1st grade able to identify different types of notes on staff and to sing pitches, and that is very excellent and exciting. I'm seeing 6th and 7th graders that have not ever picked up a wind instrument or played percussion ever reading music on the staff, and they're working on their first potential concert type piece right now, and that's very exciting. And I look forward to meeting parents throughout the district. I'm very excited for that, and I want anybody to reach out with me about any type of questions they have about how their child can practice music at home, or what they can do to help their student be more successful in my class. Thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.